Every evening at exactly 6, he sets the table for 2. Not 3, not 4, just 2. He places the plates gently, polishes the spoons, forks, and wine glasses with a soft, worn cloth. Even though no one else has touched them in years, the chairs always face each other. Candle in the center. Folded napkins, one red, one white, and a small, nearly faded photograph that sits between the salt and pepper shakers. He never looks at it while eating, but it never leaves the table. He serves himself. Always just one plate. The other remains empty. Then, he sits. Eats slowly, thoughtfully. Sometimes he talks to no one. Or maybe to someone the world forgot. But he hasn't. No one in the neighborhood remembers her face anymore. But they remember the man who never missed a sunset dinner with a ghost. Some whisper he's crazy. Others say he's grieving. But no one knows what really happened, because he never told a soul. Not even the woman who knocks on his door one stormy night. In the back room of his house, behind a door always left slightly ajar, sits a large chest, wooden, hand-carved, with initials burnt into the front, A.L. Inside, it holds over 200 envelopes. Every single one is addressed to the same person. None were ever mailed. Some are dated 10 years ago, some from last week. He writes them when it rains, or when the silence in the room starts to press too hard against his ribs. He writes in blue ink, always the same pen. Always begins the same way. I thought about you today. Again, he tells her about the garden, the cat that visits on Thursdays, the news, his thoughts, and sometimes, the things he wishes he'd said years ago, the words he should have spoken when she stood in the hallway, suitcase in hand, but he said nothing. He let her walk away, and now she stays only in the space across the table. He wasn't always quiet. Once he laughed loud, argued over radio volume, debated movie endings. He filled rooms with warmth, but pride. Pride is the sharpest silence. She had asked him one thing, can you let it go? He couldn't. They argued. A silly thing, a stupid thing. The kind of argument that should have lasted 10 minutes, but they let it last a lifetime. She cried. He turned away. She opened the door. He didn't stop her. She waited on the porch. One last glance, one chance. He stayed seated. When the door clicked shut, again, he thought he had time. Weeks passed, then months, then silence. Total silence, no calls, no letters, no knocks on the door. Just the echo of what he didn't say. I'm sorry, asked. Years later, a knock, soft, hesitant. He opens the door, and for a moment, forgets how to breathe. She's standing there, older, worn, but unmistakable. Or is she? She doesn't speak, neither does he. She doesn't smile, but her eyes, they search his face, not with anger, but with something else. Recognition, resentment, relief. She steps inside without a word. He steps aside without a question. They sit at the table. For the first time in years, both plates are filled. Still, silence. Then, she reaches into her coat, pulls out an envelope, places it on the table beside the candle. She doesn't push it toward him. He doesn't reach for it. They eat together, without music, without noise. Just the sound of forgiveness breathing in between bites. Asterisk after she leaves again, without a word. He stares at the envelope. It's blank. No name. No seal. He opens it. Inside is a single photograph. Old, folded, familiar. The two of them, laughing. On the back. A line in her handwriting. I never stopped setting a place for you, either. His hands tremble. He doesn't cry. He doesn't speak. He simply gets up, walks to the back room, opens the chest, and places the photograph on top of the letters. Then, for the first time in over a decade, he sets the table for one. The next evening, and every evening after that, no second plate. Just one. Because some forgiveness doesn't happen in conversation, it happens in presence. Some people leave, some people return, some questions never get answered, but forgiveness is the empty chair that waits, and the heart that learns to fill it. Some people stay silent forever, but forgiveness doesn't.